I'm Jack Vogel with Ellumen, and this is our HIMSS 2020 presentation, Imagining Interoperability, Seamless Medical Image Exchange at the VA. The ability to effectively share medical imaging data has a significant positive impact on almost all aspects of the clinical care dynamic. In imaging, more than with other disciplines, the ability to view historical records can be extremely important to clinical decision support. For example, the growth rate of a tumor may be more important than the current size of the tumor in providing a diagnosis and assessing treatment protocols. In addition to providing historical perspective and context, the exchange of medical images can improve the overall efficiency of care, reduce costs, improve patient satisfaction, and power improved patient outcomes. These improvements are both impressive and quantifiable with numerous studies supporting them. For example, over 95% improvement in patient satisfaction when patients can access their own medical images. There are significant gains in efficiency, such as a 40% decrease in unnecessary transfers when medical image exchange is available. Substantial cost savings, with estimates indicating over 30% or $30 billion worth of imaging examinations being unnecessary. And ultimately, medical image exchange improves patient outcomes through more accurate diagnoses and improved treatment. Some specialties like stroke care can see this improvement reach 30 to 50%. So how is VA doing with imaging interoperability for the 9 million veterans enrolled in the VA healthcare system? Good news, the Department of Veteran Affairs is practicing imaging interoperability on a large scale at over 1,000 VA healthcare facilities around the country. VA clinicians and veterans utilize existing exchange capabilities to process approximately 10 million remote image queries annually. The VA was an early adopter of exchanging medical images and the DICOM standard. The Vista Imaging program began over 25 years ago and has continued to enhance and improve capabilities to better serve our nation's veterans. Since the early 2000s, the VA has benefited from bidirectional access to DoD medical images. The VA's Vista Imaging program provides VA clinicians seamless access of both referential and diagnostic quality to over 10 billion VA medical images and non-DICOM artifacts. The VA has been an industry leader in utilizing medical image exchange for numerous telemedicine initiatives and has also incorporated image interoperability into the VA My Healthy Vet program, allowing veterans seamless access to their own medical images. Let's take a look at the high-level architecture driving this interoperability at the VA today. Vista Imaging is a general term that describes the VA's imaging exchange program in its entirety and is inclusive of many distinct components. The components in the Vista Imaging ecosystem utilize Vista communication protocols, RESTful web services, and DICOM standard messaging to provide interoperability throughout VA for medical images and non-DICOM objects. VA clinicians utilize a number of front-end and GUI applications, including Vista Imaging Clinical Display, Vista RAD, and the Joint Legacy Viewer, to access the data within Vista Imaging. There are also specialty clinical use cases that leverage products like Telereader and veteran personal data access that occurs through My Healthy Vet. At the center of the Vista Imaging ecosystem are the Vista Image Exchange, or VIX, and the Central Vista Image Exchange, or CVIX, applications. The VIX systems are co-located and integrated with a Vista instance and provide imaging interoperability between departments at the local site and externally with remote VA facilities, including over 150 VA medical centers and over 1,000 specialty and outpatient clinics. The CVIX is a specialized Vista Imaging Exchange instance that serves as the central access point to Vista Imaging. The CVIX provides interoperability with the Department of Defense Health Artifact and Image Management Solution and serves several specialty use cases within the VA, such as Veterans Benefit Support / claims processing, and clinicians not associated with a VISTA. Interoperability with the DoD via the CVIX is bidirectional, allowing authorized DoD clinicians the ability to view VA images from Vista Imaging in the DoD's HAMSS viewer. But the landscape is rapidly changing. As you can see in this slide, the DoD is already implementing their next-gen ECIA product, and the VA is in the process of substantial upgrades to their image exchange architecture as well. To support electronic health record modernization goals and ensure interoperability remains seamless throughout the transition, the VA is in the process of making major enhancements to the Vista Imaging architecture. This includes developing a suite of bidirectional digital imaging and communication in DICOM and DICOM web services, AWS cloud migration of key components, and implementation of new COTS. These enhancements will enable integration with various commercial imaging products at the VA and DoD, VA community care partners in the private sector, and commercial healthcare apps and technology, including AI and machine learning. This future state is depicted in this architecture diagram, where we see seamless integration with the VA's EHRM, Cerner, CAM, and Skyview products incorporated with Vista Imaging through the Cerner CVIX image adapter, numerous commercial PACS products at VA today, DoD's Highland-based Enterprise Clinical Image Archive, private sector clinicians and apps like Visual DX, as well as continued interoperability with the existing imaging exchange ecosystem throughout the transition. With these enhancements well underway, we are here to demonstrate what the future of imaging interoperability at the VA will look like.